Hi everyone and welcome to Cooper Studios. It's Brickfilming Friday. That means today I have a tutorial, an animation tutorial, and this is about yet another walk cycle. This is called the natural walk cycle, and it requires more frames. The character has to be leaning forward just a little bit so that it looks like his momentum is carrying him forward as he's going through. Because otherwise, if you have it going like this or it looks like this and you're having him walking, it looks like he's carrying his weight on his back. So you want just a slight forward motion, and we're going for a walk system here. So here we go. We're going to take the picture of him at this angle to start off with. There you go, that's the first frame. Now we got to lift up one of the legs. We're going to lift up, oops. Yep. We're going to lift up this leg. And now, as I said in the last tutorial, whatever leg you're lifting up has to be, the arm has to carry, it has to follow the opposite leg. So if I was lifting the left leg, the right arm follows that leg. So see how it's opposite? So this is what we're going to do. Remember, keep it slightly leaned forward. See how there's barely any movement? We could actually fix a little bit. Barely looks like he's about to move. That's the next frame. So you take that picture. Okay, now this is what makes this different from the marching movement. We have to slightly just push him just a little bit. Just get to here and then kind of don't put his leg fully on the stud like that. That would be counterproductive. We want to just have the legs slightly ajar. You see, so that one's going forward a little bit and one's going backward a little bit. And then place it in between the studs, like that. See, so 1, 2, and we also have to move the arms a little bit, so push the arms into a different position and keep him slightly tilted forward. We're going for this. This is why this is difficult, because you have to kind of balance him. You could use a little clay, I usually do. Put him in between the studs. So see, 1, 2, this is the current frame, so we're going to take that picture. Now, we press down with the leg and then pull the guy up a little bit, or girl, whatever, the minifigure. And then now that he's landed on his right foot, the other arm has to kind of come back just a little bit, just slightly, so that it looks like he's been, see? So the last frame really works. Then we take that picture, and again, the other leg is up and it's in between the studs, see? So it's right there, and he's still leaning forward just a little bit. Just a little bit, so that it looks like his momentum is going to carry him through the walk cycle. That's how we do this. So we take that picture. Now, to continue, whoops, it's looping. To continue the walk cycle, you could do one of two things. It's really up to you. You could put the legs together again and have him stationary right here. You know, you could do this to add another frame to it. So it basically goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you could lift the leg, the next leg. This is how you do it. I'm sorry, this is how you do it. You want to do my technique I was thinking of for the run cycle, which will be in another tutorial. So we start here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now he's still tilted forward a little bit. Now his arms are in the neutral position, kind of coming back to exactly where we started. Take that picture. And now we're doing the same thing for the other leg. We're going to lift the leg up a little bit. Right here. Whoops, I wasn't in the live view. We're going to lift the other leg up a little bit. And now because we're lifting the left leg up, we want to move the right arm forward just a little bit and the other hand backwards so that it continues. See the momentum carry, and see, this is the #1 danger. You have him leaning backwards. That's what I usually do by accident. But if you keep him forward, it looks like he's continuing and his head's turning. Well, whatever. Take that picture. Alright, now I'm going to slightly push him in right here, keep him leaning forward, and now he's kind of balancing in between the two studs. See? So I'm going to move the hands a little bit farther. Make sure he's still balanced. That's a little bit too much movement. Oh no! Push him down like that. And now that's the next frame. See, 1, 2, and he's kind of in between these studs, so he's balancing there. And we're going to take that picture. Excellent. And now all you have to do is hold the minifigure down and push so that the leg is on the next stud and tilt him upwards. This keeps him where he is on the stud. If you do it this way, it's easier than just, you know, taking him off and moving it, because sometimes you can lose your place, and if you go back to animating, it can be wrong. So now that he's landed, move the hands backward just a little bit, because he's landing and his momentum is carrying him. We're going to turn his head because that was the movement I was going for. We're going to take that picture. And now for the last picture, we're going to put his legs both together and put the hands back at the neutral stance. And I'm also going to turn his head just a little bit. And that next frame, that's the next frame. We take that picture. And so now we have 2 steps of a walk cycle. 1, 2. 1, 2. And it looks like, you know, a general walk. And here I'm going to finish it walking from the other side. And so now I've basically finished most of the walk cycle, and what I'm doing now is going to have the character turn towards the camera. Now, I don't think anybody really talks about this. When you do this movement with minifigures, I like to just twist him so that his, in this case, his left leg is kind of going backwards, you see, but his right leg is still on the stud. It's a little tricky, but you kind of just pull the other leg up so that it's not touching the studs, and this way when he's turning, he'll be able to make the turn while staying on the same plane, so you won't have to lift him above the studs. See? And so I just do the slow turn, keep him upright, keep his head faced where I want. Now see, this is the difference between good animation and bad animation. If I were to see that jerkiness, see that, boom, all these frames he's leaning forward, but now he's kind of standing upright. You want to continue the motion that you were working with before. So he's kind of, see, that looks more smooth. He's leaning forward, making the turn, so that when he takes the walk, he's going to smoothly turn towards you guys and me. I remember I bought this decal on this guy way back in the day from Saber Scorpion off his website, and he emailed them to me, and I was able to paste them right on this figure. I was going to use this character in my Battle of the Brick movie, but I never used him, so this is like the first time he's gotten any screen time or any animation time. And so I'm just going to continue turning real slowly, turning the head. I'm going to speed this up so you're not bored. But see how if you just keep the angle correctly, see how much smoother that is? He's walking, he turns. See how much smoother that is? And if you make the little movements, the small movements, it looks much better. Now I'll turn him, kind of skip a couple frames here. Once he gets to this point, put the leg down in between the studs. Oops, see how he's kind of tilted? We're going to tilt him this way. Oh, now he's jumping a little bit. This is why it's tricky. I think that looks good. And now I'll just set him to his neutral stance, facing directly at the camera. Take that picture. And now this says it's taken 59 frames. It's actually taken half of that. So because the way this program, this is Dragon Frame program, by the way. This is a great animation software. It's kind of expensive. It's about $300, but this is a professional stop motion animation program. Now you can see here it says 59. What this program is doing is counting each frame twice, so that every picture I take counts as 2 frames, and this equals 12 movements, and it all equals 24 frames per second. It's called shooting doubles, and I'll explain that later in another tutorial. But this is the general motion, and see, we've got I'll make it loop. We got a nice general walk cycle. It looks smooth, and he's turning towards you in a smooth way. This is what we want for a natural, smooth walk cycle, and I think it's really great. So I hope you enjoyed that. And everybody should please subscribe, like the video, share the video, go to Twitter and Facebook. I'm on there, Cooper Studios. This is what I do, and I'm glad to share it with all of you. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you here next time on Brickfilming Fridays. Take care.
Cooper Studios.